mama like son, a son like mama, whatever way you want to put it, but it ain't good, honey. We about to get into the details of this rapper Cash Out that just got sentenced to decades in prison, right along with his mama. First off, this is your girl Diamond Too Real coming to you with another breaking story. Okay, you know this is Triggered TV. When I get triggered, if I read something that triggers me, I bring it to you. So let's talk about this child because this just happened not too long ago. Okay, we have a rapper named Cash Out. Now, Cash Out is from Atlanta, or at least he's representing Atlanta. All right, but Cash Out, he was popping like a few years back. I don't think he really has been doing anything as far as like rapping within the last couple years. But one thing he has been doing is pimping these hoes. All right, we know that he was pimping them hoes, him and his mama. They had all type of stuff. Now let's see. The rapper Cash Out, real name John Michael Hakeem Gibson. That's a whole lot of names. John Michael Hakeem Gibson. All right. He faced extensive criminal allegations beginning with his indictment in April 2022. So he's been locked up. Him and his mama been locked up for 3 years waiting on this trial to start. That's a long time. He like what's his name? YNW Melly. He been in prison, or in jail for like 3 years. And child, that's a hot mess, but that's a story for another day. Now, he just got convicted today. Now, let's talk about some of these original charges, all right? So, the initial indictment from 2022 to 2023, it was a 41 count indictment. No wonder the judge was reading all type of numbers and stuff when she was sentencing him. 41 counts, that's a whole lot of counts to be fighting, child. Mm. And it was filed in Fulton County. Now, I lived in Fulton County in Atlanta, and Fulton County ain't no joke. It's all type of stuff going on down there. I'm telling you, Atlanta is not for the weak. All right. So it named him and 5 others in a criminal enterprise related to the music label Perez Music Group, LLC. All right. It was alleged that they used it to recruit, coerce, and traffic women into prostitution. Listen, in these days, you ain't got to really coerce nobody. No, not no grown woman. A lot of these grown women out here selling it, honey, and they selling it willingly. So if you gotta coerce women, if you gotta traffic women, yeah, you don't need to be doing it because there's too many willing to give it up for free. Okay. Now, he was he was charged with 13 counts. The 13 counts included rape, sex trafficking, aggravated sodomy, racketeering, which is a RICO. Now we know that a lot of these rappers and stars, if you in the music business, let me tell you something, honey. Do not the worst job to have can be a rapper right now. That is the worst and deadliest underpaid job. Okay, you will not get what you owe, and you're gonna wind up getting into some bullshit. Now, also operating a place of prostitution. Now, mind you, he was with his mama doing this. This was not just him. There was his mama. Okay, him and his mama using physical violence, whipping a victim with a belt. All right. Let's see, because I heard some stuff by sticking a bottle up somebody behind, child. The females were saying he was beating them, sticking bottles up there behind. That's how he got this sodomy charge. Yeah, that ain't no good. So let's see some of the highlights of the trial. So they had testimony from multiple victims, some of whom testified they were isolated, forced, and exploited, via the guise of romantic or career opportunities through Perez Music Group. So listen, it's more than Puffy them doing this. You got regular hood dudes out here, not even just hood dudes. You got just regular dudes out here that will trick you out of everything. Believe that. In the name of love, they'll look you dead in your face, say, I love you, and be using the hell out of you. All right? Or I done seen a lot of times females want to be rappers and they hook up with these people at these rap labels thinking that they gonna put them on and they gonna blow up, and they ain't gonna do nothing but blow. Give you a blow job. That's about all they're gonna be blowing, okay? Because that's all this really is. Like, it's becoming clear that the music business was set up. It's just like it's just it really like messing with my head, because all the good music we didn't listen to over the years, all the good artists, it seemed like it was just a play, like they've been playing in our face, like it's just a cover up for all type of disgusting acts, okay? All type of activities, sex, drugs, killing people, trafficking people, and the younger the better. It's just horrible. I'm really starting to look at the music industry way different, and all the artists is okay. I'm really starting to look at them different. Now, some more stuff they was accused of financial evidence, including bank and cash out records tied to prostitution earnings. Look here, y'all better stop sending everything on that cash out. Start hitting the week. Listen, start buying the smoke with cash, okay? Because they want to know all that. Now it showed deposits linked to adult websites and payments using aliases like Mama Cash. Oh Lord, see why she in jail too? I told y'all the mama was involved too. That's why they bammed her ass today too. Okay, let's see. Witness tampering accusations against Gibson and his mother, including alleged attempts to influence or silence a key cooperating witness. Let's see. I want to read this. Let me see. Let's go to my favorite thing to do is write what I'm doing right now. Let's get into this article about his mama, okay? Cash out legal case just took another turn. Now, this article that I'm reading it came out during the legal trial. The Atlanta rapper, whose real name is John Michael Gibson, is now facing witness and tampering accusations in the middle of his RICO trial. So he was in the middle of the trial while he was accused of tampering, witness tampering. You a bad boy, okay? Prosecutors believe him and his mother, Linda Smith, also known as Mama Cash, tried to prevent a key witness from testifying. The woman involved was arrested during a 2021 prostitution sting alongside Gibson. Since then, she has been cooperating with the investigation. Authorities now claim both Gibson and his mother tried to influence her not to speak to law enforcement. Mm-mm. What's up, the go? How you doing? What's Sam? All right, let's see. This was last month on Monday, June 30th. Jurors were shown a recorded interrogation video from 2001 taken after Smith was picked up at a physical therapy clinic. In the footage, Smith denied any illegal activity and said she was only at the location to find a friend who had missed the probation meeting. So this is mama. Later in court, prosecutors believe recordings of jail phone calls between Gibson and Smith. Why do they keep talking on the jail phones? It tells you this call is being recorded. Okay, y'all, for some reason they think that them folk ain't listening to these jail calls, honey. They is listening on trial. Like, how dumb can you get? All right. In the call, Gibson, which is cash out, allegedly told his mother to find the woman. During the interrogation, Smith, which is Mama Cash Out, told investigators, I mean, y'all acted like I done kidnapped her. How you tell her? How you trying to witness tamper and then you tell the cops, y'all act like I'm trying to kidnap her? Bitch, you was. Gibson is already facing serious charges, including sex trafficking, luring women into prostitution, racketeering, and multiple weapon charges. Several women have testified that he controlled their movements and forced them to turn over money earned through sex. So they was giving up the cootie cat and he was getting the money. That's what pimps do. All right. Earlier this month, a forensic interviewer who specialized in trafficking cases testified to explain how victims experience abuse and manipulation differently depending on their age and life experience. Yes, the younger, the better. That's why the young girls, like the younger you are, the more they'll play on your top. When you get older, they'll still try to play on your top, But baby, you got so much experience that you know how to recognize it, and hopefully you handle it. See, I'm a female. I'm gonna handle it. I don't care what you think. What you think going on? Nah, boo. You think you getting over? You ain't doing too much. But anyways, that testimony was meant to give jurors context of how coercion can affect people over time. So she was out here facing a trial. Well, already in the trial, her son locked up. They talking over the phone. He telling her to go find one of the girls that's supposed to testify. Let's read an article about when they talking about they was isolated and forced. Let's see. Can I get in here? Child, it's a hot mess. Let's see. Let's look back at this one. Let's see. High pro dark closing argument that over the course of 7 weeks of trial. So okay, this just that ain't too much. But anyways, all right. So we know. Let's see. So the day he was sentenced now, ooh, Lord. And it was a sentence. He was sentenced. Him and his mama. Nah, cash out. Not cash. I say cash out. Oh, no. Let me go to what he was talking about on the stand before the judge sentenced him, child. Let's take a listen to this, honey. Let me just pull this up, because baby, he was trying to do his big one, but the judge was not trying to hear that. He thought he was gonna get up there and talk and do whatever, but no, the judge wasn't going for that at all. Let me pull that back up. Okay, we gonna listen to this.
All right. Well, Gibson, what obstruction of law accounts is pinned tweet. I'm gonna be like, ain't a.
All right, here go the audio.
Oh yes, the hell he did.
All right.
Good morning, Your Honor. I want to start out by thanking you for giving us a fair trial. I want to thank the.
Now this is the audio from the sentencing today. This is Cash Out speaking.
To judge this trial. This time being on this trial, I was able to see how the jurors are put in a tough position to, sit there and judge someone's life. And it's a hard decision, and I felt like they made the wrong judgment. I've done things in my life. I'm not perfect. But the things I've been accused of, I know that I haven't done those things. I know it's typical for a person to come up here and, show remorse to, crimes that they have done, but I can only show remorse to the people that I know that was in this trial, which is Kiara Adams, Deanna Sanders, and Jasmine Brown. Not remorse on behalf of like I did anything to them, because if you know me, and people who really know me know that I wouldn't force anybody to do anything. I met women, I dated women who were doing escort or whatever, however people want to look at it from a moral standpoint, but who was doing these things as a grown woman. I've only dealt with grown women. Nothing was forced. Nothing was coerced or anything of that nature. If you notice, before this trial, no woman can say anything about me before this trial. If you notice, before this indictment, no woman can say anything about me before this indictment. I get the situations that people are put in when they're faced with a certain type of crime or a certain type of time, and they're bullied into this situation to put the blame on someone, or to put the blame on Cash Out, or to put the blame on someone who's at the top. That's why I didn't really fault them for their decision. I didn't fault Deanna Sanders for making her decision during the proffer. She just had a child. Mind you, she was just on video call with me while being incarcerated. I don't fault Kiara Adams for doing the things she did with her proffer because, mind you, she was facing a certain amount of time handling her probation in different cases that she's on. I don't fault people for making accusations because I'm a man that typically let women leave on their own behalf. Never held them in prison or held them in slavery or said you can't leave me or you can't do this. Every woman you've seen come on this stand shows you that they left and came back willingly on their own. What I mean by that, they left on their own and they came back willingly on their own. During this trial, I was able to see, how valuable life is and how valuable the people that you hang around or the people that you even date or the people that you even know, how valuable it is to judge their character. Sometimes I let people stay around who I knew was going to affect a situation that I had going on. So I don't, and for the people who came to this trial that I never met a day in my life, never had any contact with them, never had a text message with them, never had an interaction with them, don't even know where most of these stories came from. It's baffling. Never forced a woman to commit a sexual act. I've been traveling all around the world from here to Dubai, and you would never hear a woman say that I forced them to do anything sexual or commit a rape with anybody. I don't hang around people that do things of that nature. I feel like, and somebody asked me this the other day, it was like every time I see your head high, you always smiling, because when you have that confidence, it takes me back to the Bible. When you have that confidence and you can be falsely accused of things. Jesus was falsely accused. A lot of the prophets were falsely accused. You don't have that emotion like you've done something. So if you see me with my head high or if you see me smiling, it's because I know at the end of the day, Jesus Christ, the Most High, will always give you the actual judgment. So I really thank you for providing us a fair trial. Just me getting to know you during trial, I was like, she's just a judge. But when you sit 12 people in that panel and you have them, judge our lives and, put them in a position to judge our lives, it takes you back to, once again, the Bible, when people had to judge these prophets' lives. And I say, if you know me, you actually know me. There's plenty of people that know me in this world. There's plenty of people that know me in this jail. There's plenty of people that know me where I'm from. Like I said, once again, I'm not perfect. I come from certain areas. I come from, certain environments. I come from doing things in my past life before the music. But I'm here to tell you that if you sat in this trial and you paid attention to this trial, before these dates, no woman could ever say, I've done those things to them. Before these dates, you can go on my Instagram and see these women enjoying themselves, having their own things, living their own life. Before these dates, I can say you had these women that never had anything to say about me before this indictment, before the RICO. You had these women actually talking to me while I was incarcerated. I've been incarcerated for 4 years, and these women are interacting with me. These women who took the stand up and supposedly scared of me or monsters or I'm a monster or took these proffers. This wasn't the case before they was indicted. So from my perspective, I feel like some people can get bullied into a situation that they really don't really want to do. And I'm sitting here just holding my head high and just, feeling that one day the truth will come out. One day the truth will come out on my situation. One day the truth will come out on this rape allegation.
It don't matter no more.
These things never happen. And when you see a person get up on that stand and put their hand on the Bible and swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
The biggest liar is the one that says, I swear to God.
Like you're Jesus. You have to be perfect on that stand. You can't show a flaw. And that's a tough one. It's a tough one for me because I had flaws in my life. So you have to tell the complete truth on that stand. And I got up there and see people put their hand on that Bible and not tell the complete truth. And that's baffling. But at the end of the day, I put my trust in the Most High. I put my trust in the universe to bring out the truth. To bring out the truth of these people who made these allegations. To me, it's like you have no heart. You have no heart. And I know people want me to the stay in line or walk a toe, but when you speaking something truthfully and you speaking from the heart and you know that this is not your character, something must be said. And I just wanted to address the court and give my perspective on the things that I felt during this trial and the judgment that I felt that the jurors gave us was not the correct judgment. And it was so. Thank you.
Well, now let's see what the judge give him.
Let's talk about natural.
Because he's talking about Jesus Christ and all that. I don't think Jesus can save him in this one.
And it was so. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Matthews.
So then,
This case reflects that the state met its burden in proving beyond a reasonable doubt that the diabolical conduct of the defendants occurred. The sentencing to be meted out by this court will be responsive to that. Mr. John Michael Hakeem Gibson, would you please stand? On count one, violation of the Georgia RICO Act, 20 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 10. On count 10, rape, life in confinement. Count 12, aggravated sodomy, life in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 22, trafficking a person for sexual servitude, 20 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 1. Count 23, trafficking a person for sexual servitude, 20 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 22. Count 24, on the lesser included offense of battery, 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 25, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, 5 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 23. Count 26, pimping, 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 27, pandering, 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 28, keeping a place of prostitution, 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 29, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 30, simple battery, merges into count 24, battery.
Listen,
Count
she running it down.
possession of prohibited
Long story
items.
short, because I got to get back to work. Long story short, Cash Out got life, honey, plus 70 years. Baby, I would have fell out. And he took it like a G. I ain't even going to lie. He ain't flinch. He ain't do nothing. I would have fell out. How Suge Knight fell out when he got sentenced, I would have been on the floor. How the hell you give me life plus 70 years? That's life plus life. What the fuck? And then guess what? His mama got 30 years. Well, she got 20 years and she got 10 years, but they run concurrently. Concurrently mean together. So she don't do 20 years. But baby, one thing for sure, okay? They ain't gonna never see each other in person again. Because he got to register as a sex offender. She got to register as a sex offender. They both felons. And a felon cannot visit another felon in jail, in prison, when she do get out. Okay? She probably I don't know how old she is, but she probably about 50 because he grown. Okay? So she at least 50. So 70, at least 70 years old before she get out. Child, please. You better keep your 9 to 5. You better keep your 9 to 5 unless you want to be in there with Cash Out, unless you want to be on the top bunk, baby. You better keep your job. But if any more details come out, which I don't think is no more details coming out because they pretty much done. Once they bam your ass and put that time on you, that what they need to see you for. You done for. So cash out, you should have thought about that. You should have thought about your life. But until the next time, to the next topic, y'all, I'ma holler at you. Peace.